ercmarket in Belgium to do a review of this quadcopter, which is the E-turbine TB250. What I'll try to cover during this review is what you get in the box, an overview of the key features of this aircraft, and later on I'll also carry out a flight test on a fully built model like this and give you some feedback on how I found it handled. At the end of the video you will also find some specification information about the weight, the dimensions, etc., as well as information about how you can order this particular quadcopter from ercmarket. ercmarket are obviously able to provide you with expert pre-sales and post-sales technical advice. I'll also tell you about any additional recommended items or components, spares, etc. that I think would be useful to purchase along with the aircraft. So let's get started. As I said, this is the E-turbine TB250, which is a 250 size quadcopter. This type of aircraft is often used for FPV flying, where you use the goggles and fly as if you were actually on the aircraft itself. It can of course just be used as a standard quadcopter without the goggles. Generally it comes as a kit version, and with the kit version of course you will need to assemble it yourself, so you'll need to have some basic assembly skills there. It is additionally available from ercmarket as a ready built version, although personally we believe it's probably a bit better to build it yourself, because when you do it this way you learn a bit more about what can happen if you need to do repairs and if you want to upgrade it, etc. Talking about repairs, this specific model during the testing that we've done has been crashed several times, and in almost all of the cases the only thing that we've needed to replace is the propellers. So it is a very robust, it is a very strong quadcopter made of carbon fibre, as you can see. These very strong, I think it's a kind of reinforced plastic type arms, but they are again very crash resistant. If I just connect a battery in here, you'll see how bright the lights are on it. So if you want to do FPV flying, it remains very visible when you're up in the sky. The lights also have the ability of changing the pattern in the case of the rear light, which can be adjusted with a panel just at the back here. So as you see, very bright type lights on it. I'll take that off because it's quite bright there. To the front of the aircraft you've got the conventional quadcopter layout. In this case we've added a few extras which do not come as standard, so we've got the receiver inside with the antenna on top, a video transmitter so that we can do the FPV flying, and that's basically it. The battery goes inside, and in the notes at the end I'll give you some information about the size of battery that you can take, but essentially you can kind of take a typical 3-cell type battery in that battery bay in the middle there. Okay, that's it for now. The next step is going to be to give you some more detailed technical information. So, as I said before, this is a pre-built model. It's been ready assembled, and what we've done on this particular one is we have upgraded a couple of things. So these propellers are not the standard propellers that you'd get with the kit model. These are in fact actually 5 by 4.5 pitch propellers, and the standard ones that come with it are 5 by 3, and the 5 by 3 ones are a bit more flexible than these. These are quite strong and a little bit more resilient, as you can see. So yes, going over the aircraft, at the front you've got the camera, the space for the camera in the middle there, the lights either side. Moving towards the back, what you'll see is that the ESCs are quite, well, the arms I should say, the ESCs are quite cleverly mounted in the arms where they fit quite nicely. The battery bay that I mentioned before, that will accommodate a battery measuring approximately 30 millimeters by 40 millimeters and about 100 millimeters long. So 3 centimeters by 4 centimeters by 10 centimeters. But you have to be aware that this LED panel at the rear does a little bit restrict you using a larger size battery. XT60 connector is here for your battery to be plugged into, which is quite a nice integration rather than having a loose cable coming out there. And as I mentioned before, it's possible to change the pattern of the LED, having flashing, strobing, etc. type effects by using the controls just at the back here. What you actually get in the box when you buy the basic kit one is that you'll get the TB250 frame, you'll get the CC3D, I should say, flight controller, you'll get the 4 propellers, the 5x3, the 4 motors and the 4 ESCs. What you do not get is a radio transmitter, a radio receiver or the battery, and if you want to do FPV, obviously you need to consider getting also some FPV goggles or an FPV monitor. So that's it. All of these kits that I mentioned, the ready-built one or the one to assemble, are available from ERCmarket, and there's more information about how to contact them at the end of the video.